If you have anything to say in regards to this video, comment, and I'll be happy to read them. And I want to talk a little bit about why you guys haven't seen me in the cryptocurrency space. Short answer is I'm suffering from mental health issues, depression, and anxiety. Um, and I had to step out. Right now, I'm in my home in Philadelphia, right outside Philadelphia. I live with my parents, or I'm living with my parents right now. Um, I've been a sufferer of depression and anxiety for a long time in my life, and I thought that I had beaten it. I had been undepressed for about 3 years now, and um, I guess I'll just forward or tell you the story of how things came to be and why I stepped down and what happened. I guess in the beginning when I started this channel, I think anybody that sees that or saw me in the beginning saw a different type of Sam. I really liked to give these presentations on cryptocurrencies. I liked to read white papers. I'm an engineer by trade or whatever. That's what I went to school for. And I felt like I was good at reading white papers and synthesizing them and allowing them for, I could translate them and tell you what was a good product versus a bad product. And I really enjoyed that. I took a lot of time and preparation into making presentations, and it wouldn't even be on advertisements. It would be on existing cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum and Bitcoin and stuff. To then it became advertising. I've studied entrepreneurship and I've read hundreds of entrepreneurship books, and I basically took them all for like this all or nothing strategy where only, it was just them, just what the book said, and that's it. And I took it to like the extreme. And as the business started to grow, um, Cryptosomniac was Snae's idea. That was, he came up with the name, and it wasn't like that in the beginning. And then slowly, you know, it was a trendy area, and we kind of separated ourselves, or we felt like we separated ourselves by actually really talking to you guys about what the technology means, what it does, and why it changes the world. I'm someone who was an engineer, and I got very depressed in my engineering job, so I quit and I traveled Southeast Asia, and I introduced myself to a lot of mindful practices, spiritual practices, being healthy, exercising, meditating, just being mindful of life and being peaceful and not being about money and not being about greed. And I became subject again to, or a victim of, a lot of those bad things that I thought I had rid myself of. um, just like a lot of other YouTubers out there, we started to do ICO reviews for money, and it was a way to sustain the channel. And then we started taking, we wouldn't dive deep into the white paper like we used to and produce good reviews. Um, we got ahead of ourselves. We couldn't, I read so much about what being an entrepreneur was, but I never had a mentor. I never had anyone that I grew up not poor, but, I paid for everything that I owned. I paid for my own car, my own cell phone, my own insurance for my car, everything, my gas. I was given a roof and clothing, and, middle class, but, I never had any mentors, and I never went to anybody and kind of studied under anybody. So, it was kind of just, I burdened the weight of being a CEO of a company. And, then we started, I'm not going to lie, we started taking more money and doing a shittier job. And I guess what really, really hurt is, I guess you guys will never, I didn't become mindful of me as a person as a whole. I actually spent the money on the business. Stay and I both put all the money. I actually overruled him many times. He's like, dude, we got to like pay the bills here. And I was like, no. Research to see if that was a move. I started becoming so stressed thinking about moving to Puerto Rico. I was doing all the research and I just got a phone call. I had to decline it, but there was no way that I could move to Puerto Rico. And I was adamant. I was like, no, brute force, have to keep doing the research, have to keep going. Then we started our own ICO, Monarch. And due to my health issues, I've had to step down out of that position. I'm gone and I'm not related to Monarch, unfortunately, anymore, despite everything that happened. Right now, again, I'm at home and I'm trying to process everything that went through that led to my downfall. I just want you guys to know that we put a lot of work into everything that we did and we never rewarded ourselves. And I actually, I guess what led me here is I never had a panic attack in my life. I had depression and stuff. I actually had a panic attack while working on Monarch. I started up Monarch for a little bit. I was originally the CEO, and then I actually had a panic attack while working in the office. And then I started to have multiple panic attacks over several days where I actually threw up. I had tremors. Um, I had to be hospitalized. And anyway, it's been a long course of rehab. I set expectations for myself, saying that I'd be back by June 1st. I'll go home 6 weeks. They'll put me on an antidepressant, and that's the road to recovery. So 3 weeks in, I thought I started to feel better, and then I realized that I didn't think I'd make it back by June, so I got more depressed, more anxious, and that hurt me because it sucks to not be able to work and um, um, do what it sucks. So I'm here with my family. I'm trying to work on myself, and perhaps slowly reintroduce myself to Cryptosomniac and really keep the core values that were in place when we originally started. As I said, we did accept more money and we did become more complacent as the stressors just piled up. And to be honest, as with no mentor, I didn't handle them well at all. I thought I did. I thought I knew everything. I didn't listen to people tell me take a break. I brute forced. You wouldn't imagine. I've spent 36 hours, 48-hour nights. I would get up at 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning to just accommodate anybody and everyone. And I actually started to get anxious coming on YouTube a few months ago because I felt like I had nothing new to share because I was doing so much that I felt ashamed and I felt scared to actually share anything valuable with you guys. And that made me feel like shit, and I got more and more and more scared until it literally led to a crisis, a crash, and I kept it inside. I didn't tell Snay, I didn't tell Jason, I didn't tell anybody until it was too late. It was like I felt it coming. The stress just piled on so much. I started to develop so much brain fog that like I couldn't even read simple things anymore. Like simple stuff, like simple emails. So I started having panic attacks. Um, so I guess I just want to reiterate the whole reason I started Cryptosomniac and why I really enjoyed what I was doing was because I had traveled in Southeast Asia a lot and learned a lot about the Western world, and really wanted to bring a greener, mindful, more happy, more peaceful approach to just our lives, our careers, and ourselves. And the reason blockchain for me was really integral in that was because it meant freedom, it meant decentralization. And I took it a little bit at times to the extreme. I'm very passionate about what cryptocurrency can do and understand it, and at the same time don't understand it. It's hard to understand. I spent, you know, I read 5, 6, 7 books on how blockchain works and how smart contracts work, and I still don't understand everything. I understand a lot, and at the same time, I know nothing. um, but it was kind of like I wanted to give that back to people. I wanted to give back, some sense of like giving you guys control of your finances, your money, that there's other ways to, that, in 20 years, a lot of things will be built off blockchain technology and you can get in early, and it's still very early now. I think it's a great time to buy Bitcoin if you ask me. This video is not going to be very crypto related, but if you ask me, I'd be buying as much cryptocurrency, or specifically Bitcoin, as possible. I have not been keeping up to date so much with the other cryptos, but um, I really, viewed this as a stepping stone to one day in my life share something, or get back to something that I used to do. I used to be a health and wellness coach that I kind of gave up because it didn't work out as quick as I thought it would. If anyone visits samsonelife.com, you'll get a whole glimpse of what I used to do. I haven't updated the website and I deleted all my blogs, but I used to be a health and wellness coach and help people be more mindful and understanding of just depression, life, things, what we go through. And um, it's something that I'd love to one day go back to. I've felt like meditation is the single one best thing that's ever helped me in my entire life. And I've always loved to share that. And this cryptocurrency channel was like a stepping stone for me for that. I love that. And I wanted to grow on and grow and create other businesses like Monarch, like other things. And I'll just be honest, there was so much weight on my shoulders that I didn't go out to any bars. I didn't see anybody. I spent Christmas Day alone working. I spent my birthday working. I worked on New Year's Day. I worked on New Year's Eve. I worked on Easter. I didn't come home to visit family. Um, and again, it wasn't for me, it was for the business. Um, I um, I did it all so that I could help change other people's lives and change my parents' lives. I grew up not poor, but you know, we struggled with money. My mom never worked full time, and my dad worked, and I have a sister, and it's not easy to raise a family off of $100,000 these days, per year, which is probably what we made, growing up, or now full time. Um, so, believe it or not, I'm actually struggling with finances because I didn't pay myself ever. Um, I've had to pay major medical expenses. I don't want to get into details as to what happened to me, but um, I'm hoping to get back to Los Angeles, and I don't want to set a timeline for my recovery because that only hurts the process. I set an expectation, and I kind of even still have expectations like, hey, I want to get back there by then, and I'm just trying to deal with one day at a time, realizing that there is no timeline. Take things one day at a time. I've been dealing with um, so much here at home. Um, I've had a lot of things in my past that I realized that led up to this, and I actually have an old YouTube channel that I started before this, and maybe I'll share, if people are interested, some more of that story. I don't feel like this is the right channel to share this story on, but I wanted to let you guys know what kind of condition I'm in. But I have an old YouTube channel called Sam's One Life, and I was very shy, timid, and the videos weren't that great. But if you guys comment and decide that you want to hear more about what's going on in my life, when I'm not tired, I'll be happy to share. In fact, I was super anxious and scared to even get on YouTube today. I contemplated it. It's something I thought about for the past couple of weeks, felt like it's something that I wanted or had to do, but wasn't ready, and still don't feel like I'm ready. Um, I'm I'm embarrassed, to be honest. I let things fail, and um, the amount of tears that shed were uh, it's not fun. So um, I'm depressed and I'm going through it and I'm anxious and we're trying to figure out why, and get to the root of it all so that I can come back and do stuff and help out. So I hope that Jason, I know I passed the baton to Jason a little early, and he's been holding down the fort a lot. And I know Snay has been fully dedicated to Monarch and hasn't been present a lot, but I am going to try and help out here and there in the background and try to slowly reintroduce myself. Um, don't expect any videos from me anytime soon because I don't think I'm ready for that. I just felt really compelled to share this today, and just let you guys know what happened. And then I'm sorry for letting a lot of people down, and um, sorry to myself for not taking care of me. I'm sorry for Snay, for Jason, for Rob, for everyone um, that I let down. Um, so that's it, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.